much of these people.
Morning, Josh.
Good morning. How are you? Buenos dias.
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. India, where are you from? Where are you based out of?
I'm in Charlotte, and you know my mom, LaBronda.
Okay. India. I was like, India. You know what? India, you know what's so funny about this whole situation?
What?
You sound just like your mom,
Oh, really?
just like her.
Okay.
You never heard that before?
Not as far as voice, no. Sometimes I get that I look like her, but not my voice.
You never look at her, but you sound like her. Like it's crazy. Oh my gosh. But let's look at what's going on in today's market. Happy Friday. Okay. So, guys, sideways action yesterday, but we had upwards and downwards moves. The good part about that, we established edges, lows and highs. You guys see that, lows and highs, right? So at the bottom, you go long, at the top, you go short. Just very basic analysis on trading. But one thing I want you guys to notice though is that on the longer time frame, guys, we are still bullish. Okay, we are still bullish. Like, look at the 1 hour over here. We've literally been heading up. This area was retested, and then we pushed up from there. I'm watching here very carefully to see what happens. This is all-time highs, 54.86. The market is trying to break all-time highs. If it cannot break all-time highs, we're probably going to flush next week. Okay. If we keep struggling around this area, that's probably what's going to happen. So, what we got to do is just pay attention to how the market is moving. Okay. 9:30 happened. The market raged and literally did a bullish engulfing candle. So India, if you remember one of the trading confirmations that I talked about is the bullish engulfing candle. Here's your bearish candle. Here's the bullish engulfing candle that takes over the whole thing. Okay. So we're literally heading up right now. Okay. We're at a key area. So I'm looking whether we're going to reject here temporarily and come all the way back down, or we're going to keep pushing. Okay. But one thing I'm noticing about the market, honestly, that it looks extremely bullish today, like extremely bullish. So for me to go short, it'll be short lived. I'll give you an example. After this big bullish move right here, we had this big bullish move right here. Okay. The market tried to come lower, but it's been supported literally at the 9 EMA, as you guys are seeing. So the 9 EMA is supporting price. If I was thinking to go short, I would maybe want to see it come below the 9 EMA, is what I will be thinking. But other than that, we have to wait for it to come to an area of interest. What are the areas of interest? Well, all-time high is the area of interest. I want to see it come to 54.43 if I'm going to think about going short, or it has to reject right here. If we don't reject right here and come down, then we're probably going to head to 54.43 and then take out highs potentially. Any pullback down to 58.30, I will be trying along. I'm just letting you guys know right now. Okay, we pushed out of it. I want to see what we do there, okay? Another thing to pay attention to, guys, we are technically in the middle range. You guys know that, right? So you want to catch the extremes and have a tight risk to reward, okay? When you're playing the ranges, like this yesterday was a rangy day, the bottoms were established and the tops were established pre-market, okay? The day before, trend, we moved straight up for the most part. Today looks like we're still hanging within the range. So we want to see us break that range. And of course, like I said, look at what I said. I said we have to reject here or we're going to keep heading up. I'd like to see a pullback down, maybe to the 90 MA, to maybe grab a long targeting 58.44. Okay. If we can come back down to this area, the 58.30s, I can maybe try along there. Okay. And take that higher, but let's see what happens. Also, let me just make sure there's no news at 10 before I play myself. You never want to play yourself. Okay, there's news at 10 a.m. today. Okay. So this is 10 a.m. news happening right now. Not much movement really, but this 10 a.m. news. There was consumer sentiment, and it was either 8:30 as well. This was 8:30 news, 10 a.m. news. Not much movement as well. Like I thought, we're definitely bullish. Okay, guys, I've pretty much identified a trend, a direction of the market, which is going up. Now we want to look for areas of interest where we can get in the best risk to reward trade. Okay. The 90 MA has been bouncing off of it. So this would have been a decent trade to take, but not necessarily the best trade. Okay. We always want to grade trades based on the level of participants that are there. Okay. So all morning long, I've been saying we've been bouncing off the 90 MA. So it's been a very strong area. But even though it's a strong area, the levels that have been holding 58.30, we retested it 3 times. We retested it once, 2, 3 times. Okay. This level 58.22, retested twice here, third time here, fourth time here, sixth time here. Like it retested. So I look at that push, right? Push straight out the 90 MA, which I figured it would do. But again, the trade would have been decent, but not the best. 58.34. And matter of fact, I might want to go short here, which is what I'm going to do if I can. Oh my God, the risk to reward. Don't. It's a little bit late now, but let me see whether it'll pop up a little bit for me and I can get in one short here on ES. I'm gonna try it. Order filled. One short here on ES. I'm going. Okay. Stop above the highs. 30. Oh, that's 5 points. I don't like that. That's huge risk to rewards. I'm gonna keep mine tight. Somewhere around here, the 40s. If we break the 40s, I'll probably get out of these and look for entry, re-entry. I'm hoping we flush quickly. But this is what I like to really look for: a break of the high and a rejection. For a real pullback down. I would love to get in short here. Let me show you. Usually when I see this, I get in short around here. But because I was sharing my screen, I got in a little bit late. And I already be up 2, 3 points already. But I got in short around here. So I'm going to put my stop 2, 3 points ahead. Okay, hopefully we come down and come and break these lows. Okay, so I'm going to put a 3, maybe 4 point stop on this. Yep. So guys, my stop is on this as discussed, okay? What I like about this is an area of interest. Like I said, we've been rejecting this area on the 1 hour chart several times, close to all-time highs. We came close to touching 58.44, 58.46. And I want to see us maybe pull back down and maybe come to the lows, okay, if I'm right on this. If not, I'm going to get stopped out and look for another entry. If we break these highs, I'm going to keep risk tight, okay? What I would love is for us to get underneath 58.38. As long as we're above it, it's still bullish to me. I like to see us underneath it. I see how it's struggling. I hate that my entry was late. I hate late entries, but I'm in it. I can't fuss about it now. I just gotta let it do what it's gonna do. Okay. So I like that volume pop up, but that rejection was heavy for me. This is what I like to see. Perfect. Okay. So my stop will probably be right at 58.40 now. Let me adjust it. I'm gonna keep my stop super tight on this one. Guys, I'm risking like 3 points on this, nothing more. Okay. No more than 3 points. If it really wants to flush, I want to see a continuation. If not, we're going to hold this level and bounce. I don't like us above this, like I said, but we'll see what happens. I'm in the trade now. Can't do nothing about it. Oh, it looks like we're popping up. I'm about to probably get kicked out of this trade, and that probably did it right there. Am I kicked out? Nope, almost. Like literally one tick.
Stop field.
Because I got kicked out of that. Okay, I got kicked out of that. So this is looking bullish. I like the rejection over here. A little late entry, but I got kicked out nonetheless. I will look for another potential move if I see a downside move. But here's the thing: you guys realize we are bullish, so I am. That was a counter trend trade, and you guys know how I feel about that. Okay, it's a counter trend trade, but I was willing to try it because we're in a range. But now it's like we're trying to break out of it. What did I say? It looks like we're gonna break out of it. If we're gonna reject, we should be rejecting around here. The fact that we're not looks like we're gonna break all-time highs. If and when we break all-time highs, any pullback, go long. Like literally, just go long on ES. Yep, we're now officially at all-time highs territory. Um, this is why stops are super crucial, super critical. Okay. Let's see whether we have continuation here. Let's see how the market moves and what it does. I am watching this right now. Okay, guys. So one thing I want you guys to notice as well, this area right here has also now become an area of interest, 58.38. I had it marked before, but now I'm really watching it. You see how we based out of here, this area here and this area here? If we have a huge pullback to one of these areas, I will be going long. We have broken all-time highs. One thing I've learned about all-time highs, once we break it, there's no supply all-time highs. Look at that pop 58.50. Okay. Maybe I should have trusted my instincts and went long at the 90 MA at 58.30, 58, where we touched it at 58.34. That would have been a decent trade. It worked out pretty well, but I just didn't like the entry because if I got in here, my stop would have had to been here, which I did not like. That stop was not good. So one thing you guys would learn, and I want you guys to learn from me, there'll be some times where there'll be good trades that you just know is going to go up, you know the direction is going to move. But if your risk to reward doesn't agree with it, you have to let the trade go. You have to be willing to walk over pennies to catch dollars. And a lot of traders come to me like, Josh, I'm so mad. I was in that trade and I knew it was going to go up, but I didn't catch it. Oh my, like, how can I stop hesitating? I was like, why did you hesitate? Hesitation is not necessarily a bad thing. Did you hesitate because you didn't like the move? Did you hesitate because it wasn't the area of interest? Or did you hesitate just because of nerves? If it's because of nerves, that you need to fix. But if you hesitated because it broke one of your rules for trading, it broke one of your trading setups, that's actually a good hesitation because one move would give you all you need if you catch the right move. Like at open, if I was watching it open, this double bottom here at 58.22 would have been a long for me. Or this pullback here and hold of 58.30, that would have been a long for me, right? Any of these two moves, 58.30, we're already up 20 points. 58.17, you'll be up 40 points. You'd have made 4 grand in 30 minutes because you waited for your entry. Okay. So this pop-up is cool. I like it. I'm just waiting for the pullback. We know it's gonna happen at some point. Okay. And when it does, then we just go long. Because this is all-time highs and the market is just pushing. Oh my gosh. I don't want to wait for nobody. They don't want no other body. And if you look here at the larger time frame, like I said, for those who came to me live, I've said this all the time that the market likes to move in waves up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's literally doing that today up. So let's see whether we can catch or move up. It might pull back here, guys. It might pull back here. But one thing I've learned from all-time high breaks a lot of times that don't try to predict the pullback because the market will catch you if you're not careful. Just go pro trend. Just come back down to this level, the 40s, the 46s. Do the needful, okay? Do the needful, market. Come all the way back down. Come all the way back down to 28. Okay. Well, look at that pop. You see, a lot of people try to predict the market was going to flush there. They got clapped. I've learned that from personal experience because that used to be me. At all-time highs, I know we can sense that, oh, if I want to pull back here, the market is notorious for that. Notorious for that. It'll act like it wants to pull down, and then once it grabs liquidity, straight to the moon. It's better to wait for the pullback, the pull down, and then take the safer trade, which is okay, it's going long here. This is where to go. Like usually, this right here is usually where I will go short. Like this is one of my setups. Like look at that rejection. The problem is that since it's at all-time highs, I don't know whether this is an area of interest. Is this an area of interest? You don't know. The market has never been here before. So you going short here is a guess at best. Well, I don't look like I'm talking straight to Davida because she's looking right at the screen at her husband. She's looking like at the screen. She's like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I know, because I was about to go short. Thank God I said something. Nah, trust me, I can read faces. Okay, I speak those languages. Now look at that. Airline's about to flush. Now it's popping back up. We wanted to pull back to an area of interest. This area here, the 90 MA here, or the 38. That, if we could come back to 38, that would be chef's kiss. I would love that for another long entry. Because that's 20 something points right there. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Pull back down. There you go. And what happens on days like this is that the market also sometimes grinds up. So you'll have pushes early, it'll pull back down, and then sometimes it'll start grinding up. So you have to be ready for that possibility. I've seen that in days like this, like sometimes the market will. Okay, I'll give you another. Let's look at the when it broke all-time highs 3 days ago. Look at this. On this day, it broke all-time highs around 58.29, which is here. It broke all-time highs. It pulled back, you guys see? And then it started grinding up after. Look at the grind up to break all-time highs. So sometimes it acts like that. And sometimes it acts like it does today, where we just shoot straight up. Okay. But be ready for every scenario. So if you're in a trade, the reason you should know that is that so that you can manage your emotions the right way. If they're going to be in a trade, be prepared to be in for some time if the market wants to do that. If you guys have any questions, make sure you just drop it in the chat for your boy. I'll answer them for you. Or just come off mute. That works too.
I have a question.
Yes, please speak your name and your ID number for the mic.
um,
Go ahead.
well, as far as like the support and resistance lines, and even as well as zones, when do you feel like they become irrelevant? So, like, how much time do you let pass or days to where you remove zones or remove support and resistance lines?
Great question. So, two things I want to tell you. There's something called a mitigated zone and an unmitigated zone. That's fancy words for is the zone being used or not used. If a zone has been used more than once and it's done what it's supposed to do more than once, I start being more worried that the zone will break. So, for example, if you look over here on the 1 hour chart at the bottom, we had a demand zone here and a supply zone here. We tested it like 3, 4, 5 times. You guys saw that? But today it finally broke. The first time you get to a zone and it's not being used is usually stronger because that means that there are more orders there. The more it's used, the more likelihood is going to be broken through. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
I usually remove zones, especially short-term zones, usually after a month or 2 months, give or take. Especially like if the market is nowhere close. Like for example, we're all the way here. If I had a zone all the way here at 5,055, I might remove that. Does that make sense? Because the price is nowhere near there. So I don't necessarily need to be aware of that today or right now. Does that make sense, India?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. So if you're just unsure and you just like sometimes like when my screen gets messy like this, I'm like, okay, this is getting too messy. I'll literally delete everything and start from scratch. Just so I can have clarity. Now look at how the market keeps pushing. It's tried 2 or 3 times to make people think that it's gonna come down. Psych amateurs. Okay. I've seen this too many times. Wait for the pullback. The market going up right now is not your concern. Don't try to catch the long move. Wait for a pullback to an area of interest. So that's why high and low of days are important. So I have my levels and also zones. If we can pull back to one of those two, it gives me confidence to get into those trades. The number one tool a trader has is their confidence. More than your analysis, more than your capital, your confidence. Okay. So all these little wicks that I'm seeing, that's key. Come back to my level. Okay. I'm a hunter, not a chaser. Okay. So I told you guys this before. As a trader, you need to find things that can occupy your mind while you may wait for your moves to happen. So for me, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I have audiobooks going, sometimes I'm playing video games or watching anime. Where my anime heads at?
Here.
Let's go. Okay. I just got my little drinks on the side while I wait for this because I'm not gonna go long at the high. What if it pulls back here? Then I'm what? Clippity clap. I'm not interested in that. Okay. I wait for a pullback to a good area of interest. And this area right here seems pretty good to me. Okay. Somewhere around here or here. And then I look for my trade confirmation signals. Then I go long. See, look at that. It acted like it was about to pull back again. And now what's it doing? It's raging on people's head again. I tell people all the time, don't believe YouTube, okay? If the market is going up, the market, so Warren Buffett has this quote. He said, the market can be irrational longer than you can be solvent. What does that mean? You can think the market is going to come down. And yes, it might eventually come down, but it can keep going up long enough to clap you before you go run out of money before the market decides to come down. Okay. I learned that the hard way. Okay. I remember I traded with my friend Jeff. We were on the phone one time, and then we are like, oh yeah, I just feel the market's gonna come down here. It's gonna come down here. And I kept going short. And my boy's like, bro, stop going short. The trend is long. It was an all-time high break. I'm like, yes, all-time highs, but that's my trade confirmation. I'm gonna go short. I'm gonna go short. And he's like, bro, that's a counter trend trade. The market is going up. If the market is showing you something, believe it. I was like, you're right, bro. I'm gonna believe it. Okay. Market is just pushing. Ooh, child. Yeah, so I do live trades on Fridays. But for those who are in school, but for those who are in the premium membership, Wasi does another day. We have multiple days a week where we do live calls. So it depends what level of membership you have. And hope that answers your questions. And I do impromptu pop-ups. Like I did a pop-up yesterday afternoon around 2 p.m. when I was bored. I was live on Discord as well. Look at this push. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Josh.
That's my name.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, give us some of your trade confirmation signals that you might be looking for today.
Is that Rooftop Rufus, the legend?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever gotten a hold of the perfect trade checklist?
Yes.
Okay. It's actually in the Discord. If you scroll up, I posted it last week, Friday. If you scroll down, there's a section that called trade confirmation. It's 5 of them. Okay. It's 5 trade confirmations I look for. And then not only do I look for them, I put a picture in that checklist of what it looks like. Number one, I look for wicks at breaks of high and low of days. So let's say there's a high of day, we break it in the wick, I will go short there or long there. Number two, I look for something called the four-horsemen. You've heard me talk about that before, Ruthless. Then double tops and double bottoms, higher lows and lower highs, higher lows and lower highs. And the fifth one is who knows the fifth one? Because now I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to say it from memory. I'll find it for you. And I'll actually drop this checklist again in this Zoom chat so you can have access to it. So everybody can have access to it if you don't already. There you go. I just dropped it in the group chat so you can see that. That's the raw version. The more pretty version is in the Discord. Yes, Wicks and bright. I said all the four horsemen. Oh yeah, the bullish and bearish engulfing candle. That's the last one. If I see a bullish or bearish engulfing candle, that's the last one I look at. So right here, looks like we're about to start pulling down here. This is a double top at a key area to a certain degree, but let's see. Okay, remember, just because we have a little red candle doesn't mean I'm going to go long. Okay, I want to see a pullback to an area of interest. Come touch the 90 MA or something like this area right here, come and touch it. And also you have to remember this is old resistance. And everybody knows old resistance becomes new what? Or maybe you don't know. Dang, I gotta tell you. Old resistance
New
becomes new
support.
support. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, old resistance becomes new support. They get pulled back down to this old resistance area and hold it, and I can see one of my 5 trade confirmations. I will be willing to go long there. Otherwise, all this is just noise. The market is really breaking all-time highs like this.
I have a
So
question.
yes, go ahead.
So is it possible for like old resistance to become new support and then that new support to then become another new resistance or like revert back to resistance? Is that possible or no?
It's possible. Let's say we break way underneath this, and then we come to retest it. It can become resistance again. Does that make sense? But that's usually that's usually as a continuation move. So let's say this is old resistance, right? And let's say we break below this, and then we come to retest it, and we break down. You see it as that old resistance is working again, but what's really happening honestly is just a higher low forming and validating this new resistance. Does that make sense? So now when I see this down, I say, okay, this is now a supply zone. I'm gonna draw it. Okay, because we came here, we flushed, we tried to come back up, we resisted old resistance, and we continue to flush. Now this also is a supply zone. So I'm literally waiting for the market to create new zones for me in real time. And when you wait for that, you have to be patient and let the market do it. You can't force the market to do it. Because look at that. Look at that fake out. Look at now it's popping up again. You can't force the market to do it, and it's not wise to try to time it. You can try to time it, you can be right. I remember when I timed it and I was right, but I took like 9 red trades before that one time I was green. It's not worth the heartache. But yes, Old resistance can become new support, but can also become resistance again if we break below it and then it holds it.
Okay.
See, now look at this action right here, this area. So now we know 58.60. Another thing about all-time highs, the market has psychological levels. Okay. So usually when people try to predict falls, it's at every 10. Every 10, every 50, every 100, every 5, every 10, every 50, every 100. So you'll see that we're stalling every 5 or 10 points. We start around 50, now we're stalling around 60. Okay. If we break this, we'll probably stall again around 65 and then around 70. They're just psychological numbers that traders target. So that's why we're struggling around this area. Now the key is, are we going to break it? Oh, bye-bye. So you know what it did here? It trapped some more amateurs, clapped them, and now it's pushing up again. Now I know you're watching and said, Josh, I could have gotten here, I could have gotten here, I could have gotten here, I could have. Yes, you could have. But my question to you is, how confident would you have been in that trade? Because remember, the goal of trading is not just to get in and make a quick buck. The goal of trading is to build confidence. So if I tell you, like, hey, I don't know whether this has ever happened to you on Apex or regular trading, where you meant to buy one contract and you thought you had your accounts merged and you bought 10. Has that ever happened to anybody? Or it's just me? Like you buy more contracts than you thought you were gonna buy.
Oh yeah, that has happened. No question.
Great. If you do that and you were guessing and it's not in the area of interest where you were confident in the move, you would panic. Just one time I tried to buy one contract, I bought 10. At first I was like, oh my gosh, Josh, what are you doing? And I remembered, I was like, Josh, relax. This is a trade you would normally take. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making so much money now. But the only reason I was able to stay in that trade and not panic was because of the fact that I was trading based on my setup, not because I thought it was going to go up. See, look at how it trapped people and clapped them again. Now just raging. This is what I mean by the market can keep raging more than you can know or how to predict it. Okay, look at that push. Literally had a push, a 7-point push from these lows. Wow. Market is just giving it up. So, guys, we know what we're waiting for. Don't let impatience force you to hop into stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Like again, it's showing myself like this is what the market is flashing me. It's like, Josh, do you like this trade? It's advertising price to me. But we have to remember the first rule in the perfect trade checklist that it has to be in the area of interest. Your trade confirmation does not matter if it's not in the area of interest. And because we're at all-time highs, no area of interest exists. The only potential one you can see is like, okay, every 5 or 10 points, maybe. And sometimes pivot points, like if you go to pivot points, they will literally show you where they think the market will go next based on Fibonacci sequence. So like if I go to ES on pivot points, it's saying the next level, since we broke this, the next level we can head up to is 58.84. Wow. The market literally entered 58.84, but we can pull back down to 58.46. And lo and behold, the area telling us that it's going to pull that down to the pivot point. It's also at the old high of day, our old support, the old resistance. That right there for me is called a clue. So really, I'm kind of waiting for the market to come to this area because it's showing me that not only is there a pivot point there, but I had it pre-marked as an area of interest. So this 58.46 area, that's what I'm waiting for the market to come down to. Then maybe I can try along around there. Because this is a push, honey. And I can try to predict the shorts, and I have ways to maybe try to predict it, but just know it's a more riskier move. So on we wait. On we go, on we wait. It's Friday, guys. Don't go into the week with FOMO. It's better to stay in cash. Cash is a position. Trust me. Trust me. Here we go. Are we about to do it here? Nothing. It might come down here. It's flashing my signs here, but let's see. Let's see if we come back down around this area somewhere. That would be nice. 58.44, you're gonna give it to me. Look at that fake out, another push up. This is why I don't try to guess the shorts anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. Is this helpful, guys? Is it helpful me talking through just how I think about these things? I guess not. I guess everybody's sleeping. Somebody talk to me.
Yeah, no doubt, Josh, because the market keep changing, and then as it changes, we need these different opinions to just give us confirmation on, how we need to be going and thinking,
No, hundred
about what's
percent.
going on in a real-time basis.
No, 100%. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's gonna like live calls will help you grow more of as a trader as anything because you're hearing real analysis in real time as you're watching it happen. So subconsciously, yeah, this to me is looking like we're getting weaker and we're trying to head it. This might be where we're looking for here. This short. Okay, we tried to head higher, but we didn't break it. So usually this is where we start pulling down, but let's see. Okay. But yeah, no, it's super important to watch these, especially in conditions. Like this is something that a lot of you guys haven't experienced before with the market being at all-time highs. Okay. So you're literally watching a new phenomenon. You're gonna get used to trading it, and now it's gonna be in your back pocket as experience. The market can only show itself in so many different ways. After months and years of doing this, you can almost like they'll be like, are you the market whisperers? Like, no, I've just seen it do too many things in too many different scenarios. It's like somebody asking you, what's H2O? Water. Okay. Then they'll say, what's ice? Oh, that's water. Okay. What's steam? Okay. That's water. Okay. What's, I was going to say, what's water is water, but water can only present itself in so many different forms. And when you recognize it, then you can become a master and start executing with more confidence. You get nervous. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Because one thing I'll tell you is this: no matter how much of a pro trader you are, any trader that ever tells you that they are 100% right or they are 100% confident on every move is lying to you. Part of the market is courage. What do I mean by courage? Meaning that you have your analysis, you feel the market's going to do something here, there's always going to be that realm of the unknown of the market, but you have to execute anyways. And through your execution, you become better at it. And then people will be asking you, how do you know that? How do you do that? I didn't know. The market made it seem like I know, but I've just noticed certain principles that work in the market, certain phenomena. Yeah, no, we have recordings. Like all these live calls are recording. Like I have probably over 6,000 hours of live calls that I've done. Okay, so if you want them, trust me, I'll give them to you. In school, it's there. In school, there's literally a class that says live call recordings. You can literally hear me talk about this market all day long.
Hey, Josh, I got a question.
Talk to me.
So that 860, that where the sellers came in and it faked everybody out, went up. That's an area of interest now, right?
So it's technically an area, but not an area of interest to go long because it's a short candle. Okay, and it's on the 5-minute chart. Areas of interest are better on longer time frames, 30 minutes, an hour, 50 minutes. But this area, like I'll give you an example right here, like this area right here where it consolidated for like 20, 25 minutes. This is more of an area of interest because the market stayed there for longer before it pushed up. This, it only stayed there for like 2-3 minutes, then it pushed up. Does that make sense? So I wouldn't be taking trades based on this as an area of interest by itself. No, no, no.
Okay.
What I would look for is larger areas of interest, like over here. Okay, over here, somewhere around here, and then maybe here where we had consolidation and then we pushed up. That's what you want to look for areas of interest.
Okay.
See how the market is changing shape now? This is when I start seeing that, okay, the market might want to start dropping now. We haven't
Lower
broken
high.
58.66. If I see a break above this area and a wick, I might go short. I might be willing to try it. Okay, we've started consolidating now. You guys see that. We haven't broken 58.66. Market try to hold this area, which is good. And we're trying to push up. But I want to see us break this area with speed or with force. If not, I might be thinking of a short because this might be a mini four-horsemen setup for me potentially. But let's see. Let's see how the market reacts. And the reason I wouldn't go short here, even though it's looking more like the four-horsemen to me, is because I'll be going counter trend. So I want to get that extra piece of confirmation. I want to see some type of liquidity sweep to the upside. If I can see some type of liquidity sweep to the upside and then rejection, I might be willing to go short. Other than that, we could just wait for the more short-end move, wait for the pullback to key areas, then go long. The trend is clearly bullish. We're at all-time highs. There's no guessing. Okay. The only thing the market can do to you right now is make you mistime your entry. What does that mean? Mean that, oh, you went long here, thinking it was gonna bounce, but it really came down here. Or you went long here, thinking it was gonna bounce, but it really came down here. That's the only thing the market can do to you. At this point, we know the trend is bullish. How do you know the market trend is bullish? Because we're at all-time highs. Already pulled 14.75 points. It's I don't understand what you mean by that. But if you're talking like from the lows, like from here, yeah, that's about 18-point move. So like, see, this is what I usually see right before the market starts to reverse. So I feel like that's why I say I feel like this might be the time where we kind of reject here. But let's see. There we go. Come down. Just come down here. Oh my gosh. Don't slow down for me. Let me look at Bookmap. Let me pull it up really quickly. Just so I could get an idea of what these people are doing. You see, I had a feeling that this might be the area where we start rejecting here. But let's see. We might have another. Sometimes I've seen ES do this where it'll come down a little bit. Well, I've seen ES do this before. Where it'll come down a little bit. Where is my pencil? Perfect. I've seen ES do this where it'll come down a little bit. Then you'll break all-time highs, do four horsemen again, and then flush. Or do a wick and then flush. So that's why I'm watching this level carefully so I don't get trapped. Okay. I've seen this moves before. I've seen it before. And the more you have this as a trader, you start to say that, oh, I've seen this before. That also gives you a degree of confidence, like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Okay, I know what to do here. It's like having the answers to the test. And this is where patience comes in. If you missed this move here, this long here, this long here, and this one wasn't bad, but I didn't want to take it. You have to be patient and wait for the next move. And we're doing that together. Well, this is definitely looking like the four horsemen to me, like so bad. Like the market is advertising this price to me so hard. Like, Josh, I know you want to go short right here. Oh my gosh. Don't tempt me. Okay, you know what, Josh? Listen to your music. Sing some Mariah Carey. Do 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 down. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Do 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 do. I know Kenny know about that. Kenny, what you know about that Mariah Carey?
I was singing it with you in my mind, dog.
I'm telling you, the Indian don't laugh at me. That's my song. That's one of my favorite songs. I'm telling you. We belong together. Do-do-do, down. Listen, God knew what he was doing because he didn't let me sing. Because if I could sing, I'll be on tour right now. I would not be a trader. He knew he wanted me to help people because I'll be a backup singer for Mariah doing all the dance moves. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'll play a little Luther Vandross. Hey guys, this is really literally looking like the four horsemen to me. Like, if this is an area of interest, I'll be short right now. Like, no lie. I would 100% be short right now. Consolidation, not the break of highs, stalling, buying pressure. That's why I wanted to pull up Bookmap because I want to see what the buying pressure was like. Let me see. Let me see. Let me sell. Let me see. Bookmap pop up here. So I want to show it to you guys too. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see this or no? Okay, perfect. I want to just see what the buying pressure looks like. Are we flushing already? It's already doing the move? Coming down slowly. But you see how we keep getting stuck at this level? Like you guys are seeing it. We're getting stuck at this level here at the 58.64s. Okay. High over here. So this let me know that we might want to come down. The only thing that worries me is lack of volume. The volume is so light. I mean, look at how big the bubbles were on the way up. Okay. But now the volume has died down. But remember, I told you guys that sometimes the market will pull down and then it'll go and do another leg and then flush. Look over here at 58.67. So when I say I've seen these moves before, look at all these sellers here at 58.67. So this might be just a small pullback to head here. And then a flush, maybe. Let's see. And look at this looking like a head and shoulders. Okay. Just wanted to see what Bookmap was showing, guys. And like I said, I knew I said we're gonna pull back here. So if I went short here, I'll already be up 4 points. Not bad. Not bad. But the lack of volume is annoying. Volume should come in pretty soon. So I know we're gonna at least touch the 9 EMA. Come on down. Come on, I knew it. Come on down. I know you want to. Oh my God, I need to clear the space on this thing whenever I run too much at the same time. So guys, you guys know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a pullback to this area. Not here. No, no. I went for a pullback here. that's when I'll go long. If I don't see that, I will not be going long. So just watching it for now. Still waiting for this pullback. I will not be going long here. Waiting to 58.46. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. I would love for us to come back down there. And that's why I didn't hop in long at the 90 MA. I wait for my moves, guys. I don't like literally wait for it. Okay, it's going to do it. If you're willing to be patient, it's gonna do it. Just wait for it. Okay. You do not want to be messed up. But now this is starting to look, you guys are starting to see this is now creating an area of interest for shorts. I want to see a move down out of this consolidation into this general zone. Then I look at my trade confirmation, then I'll go up because I know it wants to try to retest this. But look at that. So I was right. Okay. I could have went short right at 64. I'll already be up 10 points. So you see when I told you guys I could kind of tell at all-time highs when it's going to do something because I looked for a certain structure. This was the structure I was looking for. Okay. Four horsemen structure and then a move down. Okay. This is why the patient win. Okay. Look at that. Josh, how did you know? Because the market repeats itself. Especially like on ES, it's very like predictable to a certain degree. Look at that push down. Come on now. So if I'd actually went short at 63, I could be leaving this trade right now, but I'm just waiting for it.
Quick question, Josh. So once the price comes into the area of interest at 58, 646, that's a potential long, and we can take it back up to where price the high of day or all-time high, and then we can take a short back to the area of interest. Can we play it that way?
Correct. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay.
Okay.
And don't forget that at a certain point, like after I'm gonna go certain points, I'll move my stop to break even. So like if I get in at 58.44 and then it's at 58.49 or 58.50, my stop is at break even or 1 point up. And that way the trade becomes risk free. If we head all the way to 66 and break it, that's extra money. But the best traders know the best goal of your first trade is to get to the point where you can move your stop to break even. because at that point, all that money is free. So that's what I'm waiting for. Coming to the area of interest, look for my confirmation. Then I know we will at least try to test these highs. And if you look on the larger time frame, guys, we broke all-time highs with a sharp move up. We're pulling back down to come and retest it. Okay. There's usually some type of retest involved. And then that's what we want to try to catch to move back up. Okay. So we pretty much did like an inverse H. We want to see whether it will confirm it. So I actually could have timed these shorts pretty well. I had the right idea. Just waiting for the pullback. That's it. It's the patience, guys. This right here, advertising, the risk to reward is not good. I'm waiting. Okay. We know what we're waiting for at this time. So let's just wait for it to happen. It's pretty much doing it right before your eyes. First cliff just and pop this back out here. So it's acting like it's trying to be at the low over here. It's acting like it's trying to make these the lows. I'm not convinced. If I see a bullish engulfing, I might think about it, but I want to see a pullback more. Let's see. This is like I'm trying to do a bullish engulfing here, guys. And volume is coming in. If we break above this, I might try one here. I might try a long here. When we see a little pullback, I might go long here. Come on down a little bit. You just try to fake me out. You guys, I like this. I'm willing to try one right here.
Order filled.
I want to try along right here, guys. Okay, a little bit risky. Stop below the low here at 51. Or I might actually like here better at 52. Okay, I got in at 56. So I'm risking about 4 points, give or take. Well, let me put a stop. Nah, I'm risking like, for me, I'm not risking more than 4 points. So I might do 5 if I know how to set a stop right. Perfect. I like where that is. Okay, guys, I'm longing this. Okay, it looks like a bullish engulfing candle. Um, because we broke all-time highs, I'm hoping it becomes a little bit more forgiving. My first profit target is the 63s here. Okay. As we push up. And then we'll go from there. Once we get about here, I think I'll be good to put my stop at break even, which is what I wait for, and then go from there. I was hoping the market came back here, and it might still do that. But a bullish engulfing, wicks at the low, breaking the all-time highs. With bullish momentum, I'm usually willing to give it another time, a little chance. But this 62 level, I am a little nervous about it. So once we get about here, I will move my stop to break even. Just letting you guys know that. I like the volume that came into the market as well. Now I'm risking, where's my stop? I'm risking 4 points, exactly. 4 points and 10 cents, something like that. Okay. And my stop is like right about here. So let's see what happens here. If this is truly a continuation or I misentered this. Another reason I entered this trade is the bullish engulfing. And if you guys saw on Bookmap, the volume that was coming in on this was huge. So once I saw that volume, I was like, I'm willing to try it. But hey, it can also kick me out. And I might be early, which is fine. But I was willing to try. It was so close where I could have went to break even too. I needed one more point to be able to go to break even. I'm trying to play games with you, shaking my head. Okay, this will determine it because this could be a rejection for it to come here. And it might kick me out. Yeah, this is probably gonna kick me out. I think it wants to come to this level. Oh my God, this low volume is crazy. Oh, did I get kicked out yet? Let me see. Nope, not kicked out yet. I'm still in this. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is probably gonna pull back down. We're on the next 1 hour candle as well. This probably might pull down. Let's see. Pull down to here where I really should have gotten in. But this will probably be my last trade for the day. I don't want to watch this for too long, especially because we're at all-time highs. This is what I mean by I mentioned earlier about the uncertainty of the market. I wanted it to come here, but for some reason it was showing that we wanted to hold here, so I tried it, and I could be wrong, but that's perfectly fine. Because then if my original plan goes right and I catch it from 50, 42, 66, any loss I take will be non-existent because I'm going to make it so much back on the upside. But hopefully here we hold this level and we push up and make Josh seem a little bit smart today. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like low volume like this. This is where it gets super annoying. But remember, I said if you're gonna get into a trade, you have to be willing to watch it like this. That if we break all-time highs and we pull back, the movement back up might be slow. I did say that. So we're in longs. This is the Wayne game, guys. Hopefully we go and retest those highs. I hope that pullback was a trap to trap more sellers to fuel us more liquidity to the upside. That would be beautiful. My stops are where my stops are. Around here, I can maybe go to break even, move myself to break even. And then anything after that would be risk free. Let's see. But the slow volume though, oh, annoying. The morning volume was a lot better with the pops. But this same situation happened literally 2, 3 days ago. I mean, look at it when we zoom out. 3 days ago, we broke all-time highs. And then we pulled back. Well, look at the small move up. Look at the long time it took to go up, right? After all of this, now it's like I don't like that. But let's see what it does here. It is pushing in my direction. That's always good to see. I want to see us break these highs over here if we can. If not, that's a short tail sign that we probably want to come and try to head down here. But let's see. There we go. Come on, buyers. Hit me with the volume. Don't be scared. See this slow grind up? Ugh, super annoying. But I do like lower highs. Hopefully we keep this lower high pattern and keep heading up and break 66. If we break 66, that's about 10 quick points. Quick snap. Come on, give me some volume here. These sellers are annoying. Come on, buyers. I just want to go to break even. Just push up. Um, yeah, I have to be prepared for this push. I'm actually green right now. If I don't want to deal with this, I can actually take this little profit and run away. But I'm in this trade, so this whatever. Push ups, I can go to break even. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Uh, oh, by break even, I mean move my stop to break even, not to get break even. Let me clarify that. I'm actually already green on this one, guys. Just, oh my gosh, super annoying. The question is, do I want to deal with this? There we go. Come on, volume. Break those highs. Come on, you can do it. Have we broken it yet? Very close. Give me a push. Give me a push. There we go. We've broken it. Perfect. Look at that, guys. I'm now up 5 points on this. My stop is now at 1 point profit. No matter what happens, this trade will not end red on me. No matter what happens, I can just let this trade breathe. Hopefully, we take out those highs. When we get close to the high of days, remember this is the point I was nervous about. I might take profit around here, but I'm at break even. But that being said, hopefully you guys saw how I executed that and how it made sense. I'm gonna log off for today and let the trade do what it does. Catch you guys next week.
Peace, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.